Welcome back, survivalists. Today we're taking a look at the latest and coolest survival and outdoor gear with BattlBox Mission 80. We're jumping right in and we're going to be doing this in reverse order, and the first item in the Pro Plus box is the Deadfish Co Cleaver. So this is something that I am very excited about. If you're on Instagram, bushcraft cooking, like cooking out in the wild, is like a really cool topic to follow. And that's where this comes in handy. This is kind of like an outdoor knife, really meant for cooking and food preparation. So check this thing out. This is a cleaver. And I'll be honest, man, I've got dozens and dozens of knives. I don't think I own a single cleaver. So this is something that's got me very excited. Look at the size of that sheath. I don't think I've ever seen a leather sheath, you know, this large before. And first off, let's just take a real good look at the sheath. There's got some really cool stitching in there, some really fine leather working in there, a lot of detail. Awesome little Deadfish logo right there built into it. So no real obvious way to attach this to your belt. I don't know if you'd really want to have this on your belt. It has a couple of like lashing holes built into it right here, which I suppose you could lash this to your belt, but maybe you could also just kind of lash this to the back of your backpack or something. Maybe not lash it anywhere, just keep this in the sheath like this as well. Really nice brass buckle there. Let's open this up. And this is some really thick leather too. This is one of the meatiest sheaths I've seen for a knife before. All right, so let's go ahead and open this guy up. Take a look at that. That's a cleaver right there. That thing is massive. Dude, I love that so much. Just the looks of this. It's got this really like rough, raw finish steel up here, and it's obviously much more polished down at the bottom. Really nice wood handle with some with a burnt-in logo in there and some brass pinning in there. Yeah, this thing is a beast. And so this is really meant for processing fish, processing game, that sort of stuff. And it can also kind of double as a spatula as well while you're out there cooking. And yeah, I love that. That is really cool. I'm willing to bet you can go through bone with this. You had a squirrel leg or something, or a deer leg, put it on a log. I'm pretty confident you could like hack your way through that bone. That's really where a cleaver comes in handy, right? If you can do a lot of this delicate work, but if you need to do some really just raw, just butchering, you can do that with a massive knife like this as well. And check that out, it even says Deadfish right there, built right into the blade. I love that, man. This is the kind of thing, if you go camping with a bunch of guys, you pull out this cleaver to process some fish or some game or something, like you're earning instant like brownie points with everybody. Like that, this thing just looks freaking cool. Looks very rustic. It looks very, you know, purposeful as well. Like a professional chef would have something like this. All right, so the Deadfish Co Cleaver is made out of 1.4116 carbon stainless steel, and it has a 7-inch blade with a pack of wood handle. So pretty awesome. This is one of the coolest and most unique knives I've seen. If you're not the designated chef for your camp, you're definitely going to have the camp chef title when you're carrying this thing around with you. Pretty neat, man. I'm pretty excited to go out in the field, and I mean, I'll definitely use this for fish, right? I could easily see filleting a fish with a blade like this. And yeah, this is probably the first cleaver that I own. So yeah, pretty exciting. This is the Deadfish Co Cleaver. All right, so that is what you get in the Pro Plus box. Let's move on to the Pro box. And the first item in the Pro box is going to be the KAHUNA Big Kahuna Compression Sack. And that's this guy right here. So what this is essentially a very versatile compression sack for very large and unusually shaped items. So let's say you're going somewhere and you have a bunch of blankets and pillows or something. You're going camping with your kids. You know, how are you gonna just carry all these odd shaped items like pillows and blankets? You throw them in this thing and it has a bunch of straps all around it, and you can compress that all into one compact size. It's got a carrying handle, it's got straps for your back as well. So it goes from you trying to juggle all this odd shaped pillows and blankets and stuff to having it all compressed and something you can throw on your backpack, or throw on your back. Let's say you go on a canoe trip with your family, you've got 5 life jackets, right? Can you imagine trying to carry 5 life jackets along with all your other gear? You throw them all in this compression sack, you pull on a couple of these straps, and you get it cinched up nice and tight, and now you have a carrying handle for all those really odd shaped items like life jackets or pillows, blankets, winter jackets, that sort of stuff. If you have all your summer gear maybe that you want to put away, or your winter gear you want to put away for the season, throw it on here, cinch it up nice and tight, and you're good to go. Now, one thing I do want to touch on is the bright colors. There are some items that I think are appropriate to have bright colors. Something like a knife, right? I want a bright colored knife if I'm legit going out camping, right? Something like this I don't want to lose. I want this to stand out. Something like your fire starter as well. I like bright colors for fire starters and essential gear, like your ferro rod or a lighter or something. I want to be honest, these bright colors are a little obnoxious. I would be, I don't know, I'd be a little embarrassed walking around a campsite with something crazy like this. They could have toned down the colors a little bit more. And I think because of the bright colors, they're really trying to go after like the family market. If you have 3 kids and you have a bunch of pillows and blankets and life jackets and clothes and all that stuff, you can use this. I probably won't use this, honestly, just because of these bright colors. I may use this for storing my winter gear, right? If you have a bunch of jackets and long johns and everything, you don't want it taking up your space. You put it on here, you cinch it up nice and tight, you throw it up in your attic for the season. So I definitely see a use case for this and a purpose for this. I'm not wild about the bright colors, but if you can look past that, by all means, go for it. This is kind of a cool, unique item to have, especially when it comes to storage of gear. I have tons of gear from these BattlBox boxes and all my other sources of gear, so having ways to organize and put my gear away, I think is pretty important. So once again, this is the KALILOHA Big Kahuna compression sack. All right, so we got through the Pro Plus and the Pro box. Now let's move down to the Advanced box. We actually get 2 blades in this month's box. We get this amazing meat cleaver by Deadfish, but we also get a WARPATH blade KITCHI. And I think KITCHI is, I think it's like a Native American term. So let's go ahead and check out this blade right here. Here we go. So much more, refined and kind of a smaller package for this blade compared to this crazy massive meat cleaver that we got. But I like that. That is a good size for a blade right there. You can't have such a thing as too big of a blade. I have something like the LMF2. It's a massive, heavy-duty knife, and it's just overkill for a lot of jobs. And, I think that the sweet spot is like a 3 to 4 inch blade or so. And it seems like that's right where this guy is going to come in at, right? You don't need a huge blade for most jobs. Just something a little bit more refined often works better. So right off the bat, we have a really nice sheath here. It's got a belt clip, which I like. A lot of people have these belt loops that you have to take your belt off and kind of feed it through. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and I like having just a clip like this. Or sometimes now the other knives you'll see it has a loop, but it can kind of like detach in a way. So right off the bat, I think that this got a really nice sheath here. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. And see, that's a nice size blade. You can do a lot of work with that. Now, processing wood may be a little tricky with something like this. It's not impossible. It's still full tank, so you could definitely do it. Got some really nice jimping here. It's actually got jimping way up here in the top here as well. I'm not really sure why you'd have jimping that far up. Like jimping right here would make sense to get a little bit more grip with your thumb. So I'm not really sure why they have jimping that far up. But nonetheless, man, this is a really slick knife. It's a good sized knife. This is the size of knife that you want for most jobs, especially if you're going camping. Something like this is probably all that you really need. As long as you're not trying to process wood with something like this. So the KITCHI knife by WARPATH Blades features a 3 1/8 inch 1095 high carbon steel with a drop point blade. Now, before we get to the basic box, if you guys want to open up these boxes every single month with me as well, use my affiliate link down in the description below and sign up for BattlBox. They have 4 different subscription levels, and you can use coupon code SurvivalKnowHow to save on your first order. And once again, remember to use my affiliate link down in the description below to support the channel and help me continue making videos just like this. And with that out of the way, let's move on to the basic box. We actually have 3 items in this basic box, and I am very excited about all 3 of them. So the first one is going to be the FIREDRAGON Solid Fuel Blocks. So this is another fire starter, and I'm a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to fire starters. I have dozens of different brands and styles out there. And so I'm always really excited to get to try out new fire starters. And so this one's a little unique in that it's a gel and it's easy to use and pre-packaged. I actually do like that. You know, I have some other fire starters where you have a whole bag and you have to kind of pour it out. And it's just kind of a pain in the neck. You don't want to bring the whole bag with you, right? And so you have to kind of make your own little separate containers to bring with you. Kind of a pain in the neck. So I love that they have these already pre-packaged. You literally peel this out. You squeeze out the gel, you throw a spark on it, and it starts a fire for you. Fire starters make your life so much easier. Now, every time I go out, I try to start a fire without using a fire starter, right? Just to kind of practice those skills. But there's times, man, where things are wet or it's windy or you're just exhausted and you don't want to play the games. You just want a hot fire. That's really where these fire starters come in handy. And yeah, this is definitely kind of a unique style in that it's pre-packaged like this. You know you're going camping one night, you throw 1 or 2 of these in there and you're good to go. And according to the package, these are non-toxic, odorless, and 100% natural. And once again, this is the FIREDRAGON Solid Fuel Blocks. I'll have a link to this as well as all the other gear that I talked about in today's video down in the description below if you want to learn more about them. So the next item in the basic box is the HUMANGEAR STAX Medium. So pretty cool, right? I was saying before that organization is really important when you go out camping or when you're building your home emergency kit or just keeping all your gear in your closet. You'll want to stay organized, and that's where these things come in handy. It helps you stay organized with all the little things that you want to bring camping. So it's essentially just a series of these little, containers, but they all just kind of clip right into each other like that. Let's see. You kind of twist onto each other, and now you've got everything that you need nice and organized for you. And I like this a lot. I see a lot of use cases for this. What's cool is you don't have to take them all apart. So let's say I want this item here. I've got access to that. If I want this container here, I got access to that, and all goes right back in there together. When you're building a survival kit or an emergency preparedness kit, it's essentially kits within your kit. So you're gonna have a fire starting kit, a water purification kit, a communication kit, a personal hygiene kit. These little kits within your bigger kit. And that's how I recommend going about it to stay organized with that. And I can see you doing something like that with this. So for example, if you're gonna use this with your meat cleaver, you're gonna be the camp chef. This could easily be your food preparation kit. You could have maybe olive oil in this one and some seasoning in this one, and some red pepper and some salt in these top 2 right there. Keep all your food preparation items together. You could easily turn this into a fire starter kit as well. Put a couple of these, squeeze one of these or 2 of them down in the bottom one. You could have some lint in this one. You have some matches in this one. Have your ferro rod, some extra ferro rod in the strikers in the top one. Whatever you like. You can even turn this thing into an entire survival kit. Again, you could have fire in one of them, maybe matches, your fire starter, some water purification tablets in another one. There may be like some snare wire, some fishing line in another one. You got an entire survival kit right here. So I love the versatility and the flexibility in something like this. And let's say you don't need all of them, right? You only need these ones. You take them off and you're good to go. You can kind of mix and match. Maybe, you want this to be your food kit and this to be your personal hygiene kit or water purification kit. You can kind of separate everything like that. Organization is really important, right? If you're going out camping and you have all this gear, you can just stuff everything in your backpack, in your bag. But I tell you, when you're out there, it kind of sucks, man. When you're scrounging around trying to find something, you have to tear everything out of your bag to get to it. That sucks, especially for the small things that easily get lost in your bags. that's where this stuff comes in handy. So I think this is a really cool idea. I could even see buying multiple ones of these, having 2 or 3 sets of these. You can kind of mix and match them. Oh, cool, even the handle comes off. You know, check that out. You can kind of mix and match everything, and just to stay organized in your survival kit, your home preps, your camping bag, whatever it is. So pretty cool. This is definitely a neat item. And this is what I love about BattlBox, right? I don't know if I would ever like discover this item otherwise. So they help you really discover like the coolest and latest like camping and survival gear. And so once again, this is the HUMANGEAR STAX Medium. Very cool. Go check these out. All right, so the next item in the basic box is the HEROCLIP Medium. And this is something that's got me very excited. So, you know, I'm a bit of a fan of carabiners. I kind of geek out about carabiners. I get very excited about carabiners. I usually have one on me just about every day on my keychain. And I use them all the time with my backpack and everything. Attach my water bottle, some camera gear, my gloves to the outside of my backpack or to my belt or anything. And this is a very unique design on a carabiner. Now, this is not one that you want to go climbing mountains with, right? I believe this thing has a 60-pound weight limit, but this is more than enough for a lot of use cases. All right, so let me open this guy up and I'll show you why I'm so excited about this. All right, so this is it here. And on the surface, it just looks like a normal heavy-duty carabiner right here. And then it's got this odd hook attached to it, right? And this hook can actually pivot and move in all sorts of directions. So you may be wondering, like, what the heck is that thing? So this is so that you can attach this carabiner to other objects or other surfaces. So for example, let's say you want a place to hang your backpack up, right? This is a challenge I often run into. I go camping, the ground is wet. I don't want to put my backpack on the wet ground. So I usually try to find a nub sticking out of a tree, or I throw some rope over a branch or around a tree, make some sort of little thing that I can hang my backpack on. With this, you clip your backpack on there, you throw this over a branch, and you're good to go. You can now hang your backpack from that branch. And because of this, the unique design and this rubber grip right here, you can essentially hang anything from any surface, whether it's a flat surface or it's a branch that you can hook all the way around. So for example, let's say you're the camp chef, right? You have all your meal preparation items right here. You can hang this from a branch and kind of keep organized, keep your gear off of the ground, which I love, or you can just hang this off the edge of a table as well and kind of keep it out of the way. So I see tons and tons of use cases for this, and I'm pretty excited about this. The biggest challenge is just what do you do with your backpack when you're out camping, you're hammock camping or something. You don't want your gear touching the ground. With this, you can easily just hang your backpack off a branch or a table or something so it's not touching the ground. Another challenge with like hammock camping is what do you do with your shoes and your boots and everything, right? I get a little freaked out that I'm going to wake up and find spiders or snakes or something in my boots when I'm hammock camping. So again, with this, I could throw these through the laces or so and literally just hang this, off the side of my hammock or hang it on a branch off my ridgeline, something like that. And it just makes it really easy and really convenient to, again, stay organized with your gear, keep your gear off the ground. I see tons and tons of use cases for this. And this is another one of those examples of just a really unique item that you never would have known about otherwise, right? I'm 100% taking this with me next time I go hammock camping. I can just already envision tons of use cases for something like this. So very, very cool. Once again, this is the HEROCLIP Medium. And so if you want to see some other cool survival and outdoor gear, make sure you check out some of my other BattlBox videos right over here. And once again, don't forget to use my affiliate link down in the description below to sign up for your own BattlBox account. They have 4 different account levels. You can even just go with the basic box, and then you get to open up this gear with me every single month as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys over in the next video.